Hey everyone, and welcome to the finals of the HTC Heroes Brawl. It's been 3 weekends in the making, but we finally have our best of 5 finals, and it'll be between Cloud9, who is up 1-0 in it already because it's weighted, and it's up to Murloc Geniuses to have the comeback, not only because the last match they had was 0-2 versus them, so they really are going to need to bring all their strats to the table. I am Gillyweed. Joining me for this cast is Zoya. How's it going, my friend?
It's going pretty good. We've had a really weird day. We've had a really weird last 2 days, actually. And they met
Very.
us in a weird spot. We saw a Murky ban. I don't even think I can take today seriously anymore. Just Murky gets banned. What happened? It's crazy.
That's a good point. It's been a weird day. We've had lots of Diablo. We've had lots of Murky, but it's not done yet because we have
No.
potentially 5 games and the draft has started.
Yeah. Murloc Geniuses with that first pick, first ban on Tomb of the Spider Queen Gilly. They're going to go ahead and deny the Tassadar. Cloud9 earlier today had a really devastating match versus Murlocs on this map, where it was Kael'thas,
Mm-hmm.
Jaina, and Sonya just kind of driving it home. It was really painful to watch because that was one of the most destructive games I've ever seen. Cloud9 looked so good. Equinox gonna get his favorite hero banned out by C9.
Yep.
Kerrigan has been removed from play.
All right, so Murloc has to obviously approach this not making the same mistakes as before with Tomb because they were just destroyed on this map specifically. We talked about it before. Cloud9 very good on Tomb and the Spider Queen. They're good all around, but Tomb so aggressive really allows for aggressive rotations and plays, and we even got a Stitches on this one, Zoya.
Yeah, it's we saw some crazy good stuff. We saw Stitches on this map, yeah. Now you talked about it earlier, Gilly. We talked about K1 Pro's Kael'thas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're gonna see that again? We saw Uther Jin. Okay. Well, for now we're not. We'll see soon though.
Yeah, for now at least we have Jaina, and Uther opens up the potential for some really aggressive, like melee assassins or even a Sonya. We'll see what Murlocs respond with, especially with their next ban too, since they'll be able to pick 2 things and then ban something before Cloud9 get any more picks. Kael'thas taken off the table, so now we've denied the K1 Pro Tyrande, and Faye has her favorite. We also have Kael'thas. Although, I guess with Kael'thas and Tyrande, it's possible we'll see Faye on the Kael'thas, and then Cawthon would play Tyrande, but then Leoric too.
I think it should be Faye on Tyrande. I'd be shocked. Like Faye is like if you were to categorize her as a hero, it would be Tyrande. Like that's just who Faye is. So I'd be upset with Murlocs. I would throw things at them if they put Faye onto Kael'thas. Bids are banned. Zeratul getting denied. They're really banning around Equinox right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya getting banned out as well by Murlocs. Cloud9 with their next 2 picks have a lot on the table. Plenty of warriors still as an option. Um,
I'm wondering.
Caffeine's talking to me
Oh, I was
in
gonna
the
say.
chat. He said Dunk is trolling.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that
Well,
means yet. We'll find out soon when we see their next few picks.
yeah, yeah. For now, it's Murden, and potentially that could be the only warrior. Generally, if we see like a solo warrior, a lot of times it can be that Murden, as he's very tanky, has a lot of crowd control that he needs to carry through that. Sylvanas also the pickup here. So what's left that they could troll with?
I don't know. I'm confused. We'll see if they let him actually troll. Maybe Caffeine was just venting frustration as they were trying to get him to put draft weird things. We'll see. Murlocs with their last 2 picks, Gilly. Doubt we're going to see solo Tyrande heals. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Murlocs, Malfurion is always, something that they enjoy running. Um, This is a lot of blow up though with the silence, with the blow up from Murda and Jaina Uther. Could be risky to pick the Malfurion into that. We'll see what they want. It will be Arthas. Okay, so we will be seeing that double warrior front line.
Mm-hmm.
Fury and Equinox repping those 2 heroes.
Yeah, I was gonna say between the Kerrigan Zeratul bans, the Muradin pickup, I really think they effectively staved off any sort of melee assassin play from. Oh, finally!
Oh,
Finally! Please state the nature of your medical emergency. Lieutenant Morales enters the HTC Heroes Brawl for the first time. And Matt Timmy was talking about it yesterday. He said that she's pretty good. Ugh, but that's going to be scary for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Bad Timmy hypes her up. He's the only support player really in NA that hypes her up a lot. She works in very specific situations, like very, very like last pick type deals. And I don't know if this is a comp that she'll work in. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not a fan of her at all. So we'll see if Timmy can live up to, or have her live up to his hype. As they're running Morales. I didn't think we'd see this tournament. We've seen basically everything now. The only thing we're missing is a Gazlo.
I don't know if that's going to happen today, my friend.
And not unless Cognitive or Complexity are playing.
Man, the amount of CC follow-up on top of the Ruthless Onslaught is so scary for anybody with no escape. And they've got quite a few heroes with no escape. But, you know, most importantly, that Morales, the positioning is going to be absolutely key. Murlocs are going to have some super good zoning between that Arthas and Leoric. And then even the stunts from Toronto too.
Laning's just so important on this map, and Morales has no lane. Like, she cannot do much in a lane at all. All she can do is heal. If she's in a lane by herself, she's not going to be clearing it very quickly. She's not going to be, she's not going to be able to be pushed up. She has no escape, so the moment Ruthless Onslaught goes onto her, she's pushed up at all, probably going to die. I'm curious, Timmy. Like, prove me wrong, man. Apparently, Timmy's got your pink Morales skin, Gilly.
That's awesome. Pink Morales, but no Samus. I'm a little bit sad about that one. I myself have that skin. I do quite like to play Morales.
You got that skin, Gilly.
It is the master skin. I'm proud of that one. There's a lot of Morales games.
Yeah, I could not play that hero that much.
You talked about laning with her, and she has the grenade. But because she's so mana dependent, and you have to make sure you have that mana for heals when fights come out, and because there's going to be lots of rotations and lots of fights where she's going to have to come in and throw out heals, it's going to be really tough if they stick her in a lane by herself, which I think they'll look to do. They want to be able to rotate around and look for ganks with potentially Toronto Arthas. But what they could do is they could put like Leoric or somebody in a lane by themselves and then do the 4 up and down between top and mid. Maybe that's how they'll mitigate with just Morales moving around with them.
We'll see. Well, it looks like all of our people... Oh man, this chat. Looks like all 10 players are ready. Let's go ahead and see what we can get. It can't be Stimdrone, right? Like 100%. Like, that would be weird. Who would you put it on in this composition? Just a Tyrande or Arthas?
I guess.
I mean, you could get mad rune tap procs with that Stimdrone on Arthas. It's got to be Medevac.
Yeah.
It's a small map for it. I mean,
but if you use if you're using it for escape, I guess that might be the key. But you can burst to that medevac pretty fast. So using it as an escape is not always an option. It really depends how many people are attacking it. But yeah, let's head into it. We have Cloud9 up 1-0 in this best of 3. Don't forget. Or best of 5, my mistake, because it is the finals and they're coming in from the winner's bracket. They are on the blue side with Fan playing Sylvanas, Dunk Train on Uther, iDream playing Butcher, K1 Pro on Jaina, and King Caffeine will be on Muradin.
I want to commend Cloud9 on this awesome tint synergy. They all look very dark and devious here. Now on the right-hand side of the map, it's going to be Murloc Geniuses. Can they win it? This is their first Grand Finals in at least a very long time. It's going to be Faye on Kael'thas, Equinox on Leoric, Fury on Arthas, Mad Timmy on the Lieutenant Morales, and Koth and Luck rounding out the team on Tyrande. They swapped it. Faye's not on Tyrande. I said I'd throw a fit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure generally when they have a Kael'thas, it's always Faye on Kael'thas. It's okay, Cawthon will make us proud on the Tyrande. Looking at the talents, we do have Trauma Trigger, which is going to be absolutely necessary to stave off that Butcher aggression as already it's coming in there on top of Mad Timmy, and it instantly procs, but that's the good thing, right? As long as it goes to 50%, you don't have to use any of your mana to safeguard yourself. You can't use your mana to heal yourself. You cannot, in fact, healing beam yourself, but that is the nice thing about Medic, is she always has that base available safeguard if she gets below 50% health.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup there from Timmy. Looking at the rest of the talents, don't see anything crazy. Should be a pretty normal game here coming out from these guys. They clean up the lanes. Good rotation so far coming out from Murlocs here. Butcher going to be laning against Mad Timmy in the bottom. Timmy doing the best he can to lane this, and Fan rotating down. Going to be swapping with Butcher. So Butcher's going to go to the roam squad. Fan is going to be pushing against Morales here. And what all can Morales do to deal with the Sylvanas?
Yeah, you can't. They're gonna have to come down and
help Dream getting
get
caught
some
in the mid.
Oh, yeah. That's what they need to do. They need to be picking up on some ganks, and they're gonna have to look to try to rotate down into bottom the same way to stop Sylvanas to at least put the fear in her so she doesn't push quite as aggressively, because Morales, she's just not a great laner.
Yeah, she's definitely can get bullied very easily by Fan here. Really questionable position from iDream being up that far forward. It's going to be the first kill of this game going over to the Murlocs, and they're starting to get the turn-ins here. 18 gems turned in. Going to keep these rotations about a half-level lead right now, so they will have an advantage going into level 4. And they're going to want to keep that snowball going. Fan has to be very careful as the rotations are coming down here. Will Faye get the gravity lapse? Ronda Stun does go out. Nice root follow-up, and that should be a dead Fan. No, the gravity lapse does not connect, but doesn't matter. They do end up securing another kill. Good job so far from Murlocs.
Yeah, they almost messed up the chain stun there with the Howling Blast going out at the same time as the Gravity Lapse, but thankfully they had the Death Coil, good range on that. They were able to pick up the takedown, and 2 kills so far in their favor. Slowly at least pushing back the Cloud9 at least enough that they're not quite so okay with being super aggressive in the lanes, and that's what they need to do too, because of the fact that they have, they're up against a Sylvanas, but Sylvanas and iDream out here looking to maybe make something happen up top now, knowing the rest of the team of Murlocs is in the bottom.
Heavy rotations coming from Murlocs here as they do want to they're rotating wherever Fan goes. They're reacting to wherever the Sylvanas is to deny that push. They don't want to get bullied out of lane really hard. We have a fight in the mid lane though, as Fury is getting very, very low here, doing what damage he can. Nice stun from Cosmolight from the side. Will Fury end up going down? He does. King Caffeine leaps out as well, and Cloud9 securing themselves their first kill this game. Really well executed there.
Alright, so when I play Morales, I feel much safer after level 4 because she gets advanced block, and that's going to be oh so handy versus somebody who is very auto-attack centered like a Butcher. It's going to be nice versus him. In fact, we have block on Arthas as well. Because of that, I really like that pickup there, but that's a little bit of a sigh of relief once you get that. You're still definitely, your positioning has to be super sound, but it does help a lot versus a couple of those hits that come out initially after the charge comes down on you.
Cloud9 3 or 4 gems away from getting a turn in here. Dunk Train has more than enough to secure him that here. 6 versus 6. They're on the verge of the next silence here. Cloud9 wants to get the turn in here. Cosmolight taking some light damage. Stormbolt goes down onto Fury as well. K1 Pros here with the Blizzard doing a lot of damage to Fury, but with no follow-up there, they're not going to be able to do anything. And no Morales here to actually heal them up, so if Cloud9 wants to commit to a fight, they could probably do something here, but Dunk Train ends up leaving. They stall them out in the mid lane. They're going to get the first turn in of the game towards Cloud9.
Yeah, and this is really good for them because they do have that Sylvanas. They can push really heavily with her, and the Web Weavers look to maybe get more structures than you would normally get with a first turn in. There goes the Ruthless Onslaught. I think that was a grenade that came out from Timmy at the same time to be able to push him off of her, and we'll see where they choose to push with those Web Weavers as they pick up their level 7 talents.
Pushing into this Web Weaver here. Lots of AoE damage going down from K1 Pro. They're burning it down as fast as they can. At the same time, the one in the bot lane from Butcher is doing a lot of damage here. It's really tough for this team to keep on top of this. The AoE damage that between Fan and K1 Pro is hurting a lot. They only have this Ronda heal. Morales is still in the bot lane. Equinox actually getting really low. He's going to end up going down here, and the push still continues here. Fan with that Sylvanas trait doing so much work here.
Yeah, Morales realizing that there's nothing that she can do is just going to come up. They're going to rotate up and try to get a couple takedowns. Dunk Train's pretty far forward, gets hit by the Gravity Lapse and will be taken out. So that's a good pickup for the Murlocs. They need to be careful, though, because iDream can always come back in if he sees anybody who is low. Instead, they're going to disengage. They've done so much work. That mid 4 is completely exposed. Up top was still pushing, both towers are down there. The bottom 4 is gone. That was a ton of work done with just one turn-in.
Yeah, that's a lot. Full level lead as well. They, made up for that deficit that they had lost earlier. 7 talents. I do like the Cleanse pick up here from Dunk Tray, and of course to deal with the Tyrande, Arthas Gravity Lapse follow up. I don't see anything else too weird. Do you, Gilly?
No, we have a focused attack in Lunar Blaze, so Cawthon focusing more on the focused attack than getting the searing arrows that we usually see from K1 Pro. But yeah, everything looking super standard here. I always like to pick up a Frozen Waste on Arthas because Frozen Tempest can be very mana intensive, and especially if you get into long fights where you really need to have that up and zoning. It's a nice pickup there. Looking at the fact that we nearly have heroic abilities, it looks like Cloud9 are going to be able to, for now, stave off a turn-in from Murlocs, and that's pretty huge because Murlocs, they don't want to get too far behind in these turn-ins, or their lanes are going to be just super tough for them to deal with.
Well, this is Heroics being picked up here by Cloud9. Wailing Arrow, Avatar, Divine Shield, Furnace Blast. Still waiting on the Jaina pickup. I can see both Water Elemental and Ring of Frost being viable here. We'll have to see what K1 Pro ends up taking. They're going to get this boss pretty quickly here. That could prompt Murlocs to get an easy turn-in. King Caffeine is here to delay as well as he can. Fury has more than enough to get a turn-in, and the rest of the team is rotating down. So Fury should be able to delay this turn-in enough time for his team to get here. And Murlocs can't fight this. This is 10 versus 9, so a boss for free, still no turn-in. Cloud9's got the momentum really strong in their favor.
Yeah, dang. Usually when you see this happen with a team, hits 10, immediately goes for boss, and it prompts the other team to be able to pick up the turn-in, but it just seems like maybe they didn't realize it quite as fast, weren't able to rotate down and get that turn-in, plus the addition of having Murid in there to be able to deny as long as possible was really nice there. And the boss is going to destroy the mid-fort. Only one remaining on the side of Murlocs, and they're having a heck of a time trying to keep their lanes pushed at all because of the Sylvanas and because of the threat of having the Butcher push out and be able to catch somebody in the ganks. Murlocs are definitely, or Cloud9 are definitely controlling this game so far.
Really good push coming out here from Cloud9. They're going to get this keep, really. Like, the boss is still at quarter HP. They've got this, the fort disabled. I mean, and just now hitting 10. This is when they're going to look to fight, but oh my gosh, it's a lot of damage. Equinox immediately gets blown up there. Furnace Blast, Divine Shield goes straight on the Morales, and that's a dead mad Timmy. Faye and Cawthon Luck in the back being zoned by Cawthon Luck, or by King Caffeine. Fury gets pushed back as well. Army of the Dead was used. That should be the end of this fight. Fury looking like he wants to do some damage, but the rest of the team is going to get out, and that right there is one of the major weaknesses of Lieutenant Morales.
Yeah, she just has no escape. Trauma Trigger was popped, but by that point, she was so low. I mean, a 25% damage reduction is just not even close to being enough to be able to keep her alive from all of that damage. And now another turn-in. Cloud9 have just really put Murloc geniuses in this place you never want to be in Heroes, which is responding to everything that your opponent team is doing. You're just constantly playing the response game. Oh, they have a boss, so we have to turn and respond to that. Oh, now they got a turn-in. We're going to have to just push the lanes back. Complete control of this game, Cloud9. Heroic abilities were picked up, by the way. We did have the stim drone. I'm not sure who it'll be used on, though.
Only thing I can think of is Tyrande. You put it on Cawthon Luck, and, but he's not even going like a... I mean, he did go focus attack, so he is, an auto-focus, but we'll see how well it does. I'm going to keep my eye out that in the fight. But like you said, another turn in here for C9. They're going through this bottom, or for the mid here. They get the wall down fairly quickly. Top is going straight onto the core. Of course, Equinox and Cawthon Luck are going to respond to that, and that just gives C9 the chance to move into this keep. And with the Sylvanas trait, they should be able to burn it down pretty quickly.
Yeah, the Web Weaver is almost gone, but the amount of time that they're able to keep Murloc geniuses here. Oh, so much burst. They're trying desperately to keep Faye alive. It's so close. The healing
Wow.
is keeping Faye up. And now Idri and Briefar Ford sitting in the middle of that Starfall. They are able to pick up the takedown. Man, Morales' heals, when she gets it going, those ticks go off. Even Dunk Train now going down. Being able to keep Kael'thas alive through the Furnace Blast and the Wailing Arrow, that is seriously a feat, my friend.
That was a really good job. Yeah, I mean, that is where, Morales' strengths lie. That the fact that she was able to keep the Kael'thas up through that entire time was ridiculous, but they're still on the back foot. They're down 2 keeps now. It was definitely an overextension, but I think Dunk Trade's death was a clear suicide. He wanted to get the keep. He was willing to give his life for that. So now there's a double keep down already. We're only not even 11 minutes full into the game yet, Gilly, and that's 2 keeps down. Constant catapults Muno's lane. Fury taking some light damage here. He does have 45 gems on him. Murloc's desperately looking for a turn-in as they still don't have their first Webweaver spawned.
Yeah, they have 86 gems on them, and they've already turned in 34, so they are desperate to get that turn in, and especially because they're close to being down a talent tier for a very, very long time. 13 to 16 is a very tough place to be in, and especially with 2 keeps down already, this is a rough point. They need the turn in to push back their lanes, allow them to catch back up in the experience a bit, and just get the pressure off of them, but Cloud9 have yet to give them any sort of reprieve.
Yeah, Cloud9 is taking full control of this game, even when like it looks like they're making mistakes or dying. You know, they're doing weird positional things. There's all like they're playing the map as well as they can. You know, with before how they took the boss while denying a turn-in. You know, how they've still repeatedly denying turn-ins while getting camps here and there. Cloud9 has full control of this game. Equinox trying to get a turn-in here. Fury going to get interrupted by Dunk Train. Still no turn-in from Murlocs.
Watch iDream, because when he finds somebody to jump on top of, he definitely will throw out the Ruthless Onslaught, but it does get caught by Koth and Luck, the positioning. And this is the issue when you have the majority of your gems on your warriors, is they want to be out in front, they want to be zoning, allowing someone else to turn in, but Fury is the one with 50. And in fact, the Ruthless Onslaught's going to go down onto him, but will not connect. Is going to... Was that just a disengage from it? Did he click it off?
I think it was cleanse.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the cleanse also.
I didn't actually see, but it could have been either. I did not actually see. Numbing Blast, Cold Embrace taken here. You know, both standard talents here. Bottom keeps taking some damage. Gravity Lapse misses King Caffeine. He does leap out of there. Toronto Sun follows up, though. Are they going to be in trouble? Murden pops Avatar immediately. And a big flank from iDream comes in. A 3-man Furnace Splash doing so much. Mad Timmy falls, Faye falls, Cotton Luck falls. And this should be game as Equinox is being cleaned up here. Triple keep should be taken here, and the core is fully exposed. 30 seconds until the other members are alive. Fury is getting burned down very quickly, and I think that's going to be GG, Gilly.
Absolutely. They're already working on the core. It was even a clean sweep. They got all 3 keeps too. Rip, bankrupt, all of the gems finally taken out from underneath, or in Arthas's pockets. And yeah, game 1 going the way of Cloud9. That puts them 2 up because they came from the winner's bracket. Only 1 more win and they'll take the finals.
Yeah, Cloud9 looking fantastic. They played that game very, very well. You know, you got to give something to Murlocs. They did try something a bit new there with Morales. Haven't seen too much of her in competitive play. Didn't work out, though. Murloc still has a chance in this, guys. It is a best of 5, Cloud9 up 2-0. You know, Murloc needs to clear their heads, figure out what they can do to win the next few games, because they still have a chance on this. They can definitely, I mean, they've had close games versus Tempo Storm. They've had close games versus Cloud9. They can definitely take this.
Indeed. They really can. They just need to get a pep talk, calm down, shake it off, if you will. Not picking lately, just, you know, shake it off. Shake off the jitters. And we'll see if they can bring it back in game number 2, or if Cloud9 will have a clean sweep of these finals. But we're going to take a quick break while we set up that game, and we'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, we are back with already potentially the final game of the HTC Heroes Brawl, which is crazy. The wiggling continues. Wait, what? You went from happy to like angry so fast. Did you see like a Diablo pick or did you just remember Diablo? Is that I think you're muted, friend. Perma tilt!
Permanent tilt. I'm done. I'm done. AFK. I am just excited because it's Cursed Hollow again, and I love this map. So much fun to cast.
Yep.
And the draft's already started, Gilly, with Murloc Geniuses having that first pick, first ban. They're gonna go ahead and ban out the Tyrande.
All right. Tyrande banned. We saw them ban her before too. So I guess if they can't guarantee that they get her, they are not willing to give her up. Cloud9, probably something against Equinox. It seems to be the trend that they've been running. But they also could ban a Tastar. That's been something that's happening fairly often too.
Yeah, we'll see what they want to deny. Versus Tempo, they're banning a lot of Illidan. Last game we saw them ban a Kerrigan, I think.
Yep.
Um, Look at him down at Tassadar. Good call. Good call.
Interesting that both of the pseudo supports already gone. And of course, an Uther first pick there makes a lot of sense. Goes along a lot with what Murloc Genius is, how they like to play. But also, he's just he's one of those go-to picks. He's first ban potentially material, although he's fallen off from being like constant first ban material. So we're gonna grab him. We'll see what Cloud9 respond with.
Well, there's a lot on the table. You've got the Fire and Ice combo, Jaina Kel'Thas, which we see Cloud9 do work with all day today. We also have the option of Sonya, who keeps making it to mid-tier bans before they denied that. And then it's Cursed Hollow. If we don't see a pick on Abathur for Fan, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I think Jaina Abathur would be potentially very strong, but Jaina Kel'Thas, like you said, they've been making a lot work. Jaina, either way, will be the choice, showing the preference of spellcasters still falls with Jaina versus the Kel'Thas first pickup. But I think if they don't get KT here, then Murlocs are definitely going to lock him in. Nope, it will be the Murden.
Bird and Jaina going for more standard picks here, Cloud9, feeling like they don't have to prioritize the Abathur early on, potentially. Or maybe they just don't want to run it this time. They've shown the Abathur card a lot this tournament. Maybe they're wanting to hide it a bit more. Maybe they feel like if teams watch enough, they'll figure it out. So potentially just going to not play it at all. Murloc Genius is with the next two picks. Like you said, got KT still up. Would be surprised if he did not get picked. Sonya's still on the table. We got Leoric, which Murloc Geniuses have been loving a lot today, as well as C9. Both these teams have been running a lot of Leoric.
Yeah. Which is interesting considering the change in him.
Got
But
in.
ooh, Illidan Abathur. I was totally anticipating the KT, but it did kind of put Cloud9's picks put Murlocs in an interesting place if they didn't pick this up, which is that you either ban Abathur or you ban Sonya, and either Cloud9 has been wrecking with. So they've grabbed Illidan Abathur. Now we've got two bans. Potentially we could even see Kael'thas come out, or still a Sonya too. I think either of those could be very viable on the side of Murloc Geniuses.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they want to go ahead and grab. Cloud9's got a lot on the table. They keep using all their time pool, though. They're so low, 3 seconds to Cloud9 picks. Bans out Kael'Thas.
Okay.
They've got something planned. They're doing something very specific.
Yeah,
Sylvanas
Kael'thas.
is.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Sylvanas has just been being picked a lot today.
Yeah.
Very show like it's getting steam in Korea and China. Tempo Storm has always been the team to run Sylvanas. It's one of their consistent picks, like for the history of this game. And we're now seeing other teams starting to pick Sylvanas up too. So, wouldn't be too surprised if we saw Sylvanas grabbed here by C9. There it is.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting to me too is a lot of barb shot pickups at level 1. We talked about the Lost Soul. That's been definitely the choice, the favored choice in the Asian regions when it comes to that level 1 Sylvanas pick. But I guess here in NA, the teams really are starting to focus more on the fact that she does have just tremendous wave clear. So you pick up that barb shot. You have unstable poison as well at level 7, and she can clear lane so quickly that you're just constantly moving around and putting the pressure on your opponents, which is going to be really nice for them versus an Abathur.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. I love Sylvanas. I mean, she's always been like one of my favorite heroes. It's cool to see other teams are picking her up now. Great response to Abathur. Great response to this kind of style of composition when Illidan metamorphoses in.
Mm-hmm.
You can silence him with silence Uther, prevent Divine Shield. You can silence Illidan before mana goes off and go for the kill there. You follow up. I mean, look how much lockdown they have. They've got the greater polymorph post 16. On Illidan to prevent getting out. You have the Sylvanas Swailing Arrow. You got the stuns from Muradin, and potentially more CC from their last pick. This is they've got a lot of blow up to pull this off. Murloc Genius is merely locking in that double warrior, so it should be Cotton Luck on one of the warriors. I don't know who. I'm assuming Leoric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a super ham composition. This is 5 melee.
Yeah.
Avatar counts because he slaps people.
And if his clone comes out, it's going
Gazlo, 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 Grabo Bomb, do it, Cloud9. I believe. Lock it in. Aww, that's boring.
That is boring.
That's a good pickup though. You isolate the Uther. They go deep. Illidan, anyone. You follow up with the VP on the back line, or you do VP setups with the Wailing Arrow, Jaina combo. So, it's a really good comp. This is like almost a perfect response composition from Cloud9. The thing is, Murloc Genius's comp is just strong inherently, though. It's not necessarily a counter, but it's a way it's an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So it just comes to who plays this better.
With the Kael'thas ban, you can definitely see that Cloud9 were like, okay, we really want to get Sylvanas and Brightwing, and we don't want to give him up. But if Murloc's idea was from the very get-go to go the super melee style, which, I mean, it definitely already looked that way with the Uther Illidan, adding Leoric and Johanna on top of it, they have to be very happy that Cloud9 didn't pick him up because of the Chain Bomb. Chain Bomb would have been very scary versus so many melee.
Oh, yeah. If Cloud9 would have let that through and picked that up, that would have been brutal to deal with.
We ready.
Fury was requesting Chen and Barrel, unfortunately. We got the Zeratul. Barrel would have been fun to watch. Barrel would have been a lot of fun to watch. Guys, we are going into game number 3, Cursed Hollow. Cloud9 up 2-0 on the verge of match point. Will they win the HTC Heroes Brawl? Or can Murloc Genius just turn it around? I think Murlocs can do it. It's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be tough with this going up against the composition C9 has, but I think they can do it.
Yeah, they can't lose a single game from here on out. So perfect play is required. But man, just having Murloc Geniuses in the finals is so cool. They've been working their butts off. They played pretty well. They had a really rough group at the Americas Championship, but they really played their hearts out. They've been working really hard trying to get sponsored. Even getting a crowdfunding way for them to go to a tournament too. So really just bringing the results more and more every time they compete. It's been really cool to see from them.
Well, the countdown has begun, potentially the last game of today. Guys, again, a big shout out to our sponsors, HTC and Jinx, for helping this prize pool come together, and our partners with Cloud9 as well as Heroes Hype for putting on a great event. We've had some amazing games. We've watched the meta shift pre-BlizzCon to get an idea of where NA is going into that tournament. And here we are, Gilly on the left-hand side of the map. In the blue trucks, it is Cloud9, Dunk Shade on Brightwing, King Caffeine on Muradin, iDream on Sylvanas, K1 Pro on Jaina, and Fan playing Zeratul.
And guys, we actually don't have the overlays to show, but they are up 2 games to none for Murloc Geniuses. They are in the red. It's Murlocs with Equinox on Illidan, Koth and Luck playing Leoric, Fury on Johanna, Mad Timmy playing Uther, and one of my favorite Abathur players, Faye, will be playing the Slug Abathur with Pink Tint.
Pink Tint. Pink Tint. Watch her burrow someplace. That just happened.
That was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I worked on that all night. Looking like we're getting an aggressive rotation here from Murlocs here to potentially catch someone wandering through the jungle. They're just barely going to miss King Caffeine here as half of them were out of position here. But they're going in. The dwarf toss happens. Equinox is going for the chase. Stormbolt goes on to Uther. iDream here to disengage, and that'll be a full retreat onto Equinox. And we're finally seeing it, Gilly. I've been talking about it all day. You talked about it in the draft. We're seeing the Lost Soul build. You spam that Shadow Dagger, and it is very frustrating to deal with as Jaina goes down. Oh.
Yeah, so I love the Lost Soul because the idea of Shadow Dagger is it spreads, right? They're up against a bunch of melee, they don't have the Chain Bomb, but they still do have the Shadow Dagger, so I love that pickup there. Realizing the composition they're up against, that it's going to be far better to have that availability for the Shadow Dagger and later on Cold Embrace to put vulnerability on all of those melee heroes. And yeah, I love that pickup all around.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it does a lot of damage. It does a lot more than people think. The sun goes on the Fan. Mad Team getting body block. Avatar Hat trying to help there. Fan gets pretty low after taking a tower shot. King Caffeine in position to go for a stun, potentially going to go ahead and hit Equinox to prevent Equinox from going deep onto Fan, as Blink was still down for a few more seconds.
With iDream in this bottom, it's a lane that Murlocs will have to continue to watch because of the fact that she's got such a good wave clear there, and that's why we saw the rotation in, as well as the fact that Timmy was getting ganked a little bit. Equinox looking for a gank on K1 Pro. They got it before, but K1's playing far less aggressively now because of that too. Dunk Train actually up against Cothin here. As in lane, that's an interesting lane. A lot of times we've been seeing the Brightwing. Oh, Fury into a Blizzard, and now we're 1-for-1 in takedown.
Yep, nice kill there from Cloud9, and they do have their 4 talents in Venom on Sylvanas. It will be Manic Pixie again, unfortunately. Dunk Train prefers that talent over the others at that tier. It will be Adrenal Overlord, of course, taken by Faye to help the Illidan player Equinox do as much damage as possible. Everything looking pretty normal here.
I really like Holy Radiance, the Boundless Conviction pickup, knowing that you're going to have an Illidan and he goes really, really far deep into the backline of Cloud9, potentially. Sometimes we'll even see Reach get picked up at level 1, but wanting to be able to sustain through some longer fights, he went ahead and got Conjurer's Pursuit. But yeah, I just really like that, to be able to make sure that he can hit Illidan with some heals, even if Illidan's really far forward into the backline of Cloud9.
Easy win there for Cloud9 getting that tribute. And look at this bottom lane, Gilly. The Shadow Dagger is such a short cooldown with the talent, and it just spreads. It does so much damage so quickly. If you just like sit there and watch Dream, like it just clears a wall so fast. But in the mid lane as well, King Caffeine having to deal with this. K1 Pro shows up. Nice 3-man Blizzard doing a lot of damage actually. Equinox is in a scary spot. He has nowhere to go. Nice blink in from Fan. King Caffeine goes for the leap. Oh my god, Equinox is just barely going to get away. King Caffeine in a terrible position now. Condemn almost gets the kill. Now Cothinluck has to Wraith Walk out. Does he get out? Avatar Hat does not save him. Fan with the kill. Polymorph blink in from Dunk Train, and that is going to not get the kill on Fury, but another kill going over to C9.
Yeah, pretty neck and neck some of these fights in the lanes, but in the bottom is the big story now. iDream starting to throw damage down on that 4, and you mentioned before, we talked about picking up the barbed shot, but it seems like Lost Soul is very effective as well in being able to push because of the fact that you have that cooldown up so much on Shadow Dagger, so seems to not be, hindering them at all to not have that barbed shot.
Yeah, it's really, really powerful from the games I've seen. Does a lot of damage, and iDream did really good job in this bottom lane as that tower, that fort is exposed. Big fight in the mid lane. Fury gets taken down by the Blizzard from K1 Pro. K1 Pro kites back. Equinox looking for the chase. Nice stun from King Caffeine, and a lot of damage going on. The Equinox Fan gets the shield from Dunk Train as he teleports in. Wants to get the kill on the Equinox. Nice blink from Fan. Ooh, great heal coming out from Mad Timmy, though, as well as the first aid on Equinox to keep himself alive. He's not going to go down, but the tribute was taken by Cothinluck at the exact same time.
So K1's Blizzards have been absolutely amazing. When you have a Jaina on your team, that is the longest cooldown of her basic abilities. So you really have to make sure that that's placed in the right position, and constantly it's been in a spot where someone has to end up walking through it in a way that they take both of the hits from that Blizzard, even without the Snowstorm talent pickup, which a lot of times people will get to further ensure that you take both hits from that. K1 is still able to make sure that somebody gets hit by both of those. Now, K1 may go down here as Equinox is on the chase, but underneath the fort was very, very greedy, and especially with Fan there, and it will be a 1-for-1 pickup from both sides.
Great push coming out from iDream again. The fort's at half HP. Went to go a little bit too ham on Faye, but Uther was in position to deny that. Almost level 10 here for Cloud9, and they're doing a great job of, like, I love Dunk Train's Brightwing play specifically. He is so patient with his teleports. He'll sit in lane, he'll sit in lane. And a fight will happen for a long time. Like, we'll be halfway through a fight before Dunk Train pops in. He's not like, oh, you guys are going for a gank, let me show up immediately. He's very patient with when he wants to phase shift in.
Yeah, you know, Dunk Train seeming to be kind of the definitive, awesome Brightwing user. Maybe we'll see that Manic Pixie pick up talent on other Brightwing players in the future. Now we have another tribute, and with level 10 being picked up here from Cloud9, Murloc Genius is not going to choose to even try to pick that up. So now we're looking at a potential curse with the next tribute for Cloud9.
Fan. Aw, I thought I was going for Faye. He walked right past her. Going for Equinox instead. The polymorph goes down. Dunk Train doing a lot of damage with Fan here, and Equinox gets the flip over, but Abathur Hat is there. The Q from Dunk Train, not enough to secure the kill. Nice Storm Bolt from King Caffeine, and Equinox is going to go down.
Yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful rotation from Cloud9 to be able to come in and pick up the takedown on Equinox there. And it's a really great pickup too, because Illidan is the one you see jungling a lot of the time, and they haven't really been able to capitalize on that at all going for any of their camps. They have no counter pressure to be able to get Sylvanas off of their structures, and this huge push in bottom. They've lost the fort already, and now in mid they've lost both of their towers. Up top, they're starting to put even the pressure on there too. Murloc's
Dream getting low. The fight does happen. Wailing Arrow and Blessed Shield were used, and iDream got very low there, but nice disengage from C9 there to turn this fight around. Equinox taking some light damage, but they're going to go ahead and back out.
Murlocs have picked up their heroic abilities. Oh, have they? We might be into more of a fight. There is the Divine Shield proc onto Equinox here as he's going to go down. No Metamorphosis just yet. Johanna has already fallen. There goes Illidan too. Uther to follow, and a team wipe, except for Abathur, of course. Taken out just as it's time for a tribute and a huge push. This is a terrible spot to be in.
Yeah, this is a free fort here in the mid lane that's going to get them very close to level 13. At the same time, King Caffeine guaranteeing himself a curse for his team. And that is going to be very difficult. It's going to be a big push coming out through the mid lane. We still have Brightwing in the top. Murden's going down to deal with that ultimate evolution in the bottom lane, and now we got 13 talents. This is the power spike for Zeratul. You got the wormhole. Yes, it was nerfed, but still allows Fan to be oh so aggressive. We saw earlier, I believe it was in the set versus Tempo Storm, or it might have been Murlocs, where just Fan was on Zeratul and just so in your face, constantly doing so much work. Oh, wow.
Equinox caught Dunk Train, but can they catch her? iDream is right there to allow her to blink, heal away. They nearly had the pickup, and that's what they need right now. They need that comeback experience. They're down a talent here. They need to get that experience from somewhere, but Cloud9 not giving them any place to do so. The Monstrosity pickup is pretty interesting. I would have expected to see 2 Illidans here, but really just trying to split push as much as possible, even though they do have the Adrenal Overload pickup.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why they took the Monstrosity themselves. We do have a chase happening here, though. Dunk Train Fan and King Caffeine body blocking Mad Timmy. There's the polymorph going down. Mad Timmy gets the Divine Shield at the last second, but I don't think it matters. Nice Blessed Shield actually from Fury. Oh, but the Wailing Arrow secures the kill. iDream not letting Timmy get away today.
You know, I really am enjoying seeing more of the Murdens going for battle momentum. For a long time, even if you'd go like the Reverberation build, you would still see the Piercing Bolt just to try to pierce and get 2 stuns off, but having this battle momentum just ensures that everything is up faster and they can have a lot more control with the Reverberation, really just make it even harder for Equinox as that Illidan to be able to get anything done. It's a cool pickup that we're seeing a lot more from Murdens.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's a really great transition that they're making now. We did see that Coffin Luck and Equinox started that bottom boss. Of course, they did end up giving it up. No boss has been taking this game. Fury and Fan duking out in the top. 3-level lead right now for Murloc, because they're just about to, or for Cloud9, about to make that a 2-level lead as Murloc is on the verge of hitting 13 and finally getting those talents, but they're only going to be on the same tier for a very short amount of time.
Yeah, once again we find Cloud9 and Murlocs in basically nearly the same exact place, a 13 versus 16 scenario, which is a very long time to go without those level 16 talents. A lot can happen in those 3 levels, and you don't really want to be out on the battleground trying to soak to get there as fast as possible, because it really does leave you vulnerable to getting caught out. Murloc's trying to maybe catch somebody at the boss. They're really keeping an eye on these bosses, which is great, but I don't know what they're going to be able to do about it. It looks like we could get into an engagement.
Yeah, the fight is happening here. Dunk Train taking some light damage, but Job keeping himself up. K1 Pro with the Blizzard hitting multiple people there, but the chase is happening. Cosmic trying to get King Caffeine really low. Equinox comes in. There's the Metamorphosis. Divine Shield used onto, whoa, wailing over the side from iDream. Only hits King Leoric, though. Yeah, iDream trying to get a little bit fancy there, not really getting much out of that. Equinox trying to kite away. Big flame from iDream. Haunting Waves backwards, and now Equinox is in the middle of everyone. He's going to go down, and a beautiful VP from Fan. Cosmic's going to fall. Mad Timmy's taking a lot of damage. Fury's trying to run away. It looks like Mad Timmy will fall to K1 Pro. He's trying to keep himself alive. Good damage coming out from K1 Fan. Gonna go and help him out with that, and at the same time, Fury dying to King Caffeine. Oh my gosh, that back was so brutal to see.
Yeah, once again, man, complete dominance in this fight. Now we have the 13 versus the 16 there. Talents being picked up in the middle of that fight. And we have Cold Embrace. There it is with the Lost Soul. Numbing Blast there too. I like that from the Jaina to be able to root Equinox if he starts coming after her too much. As well as Stone Form, Stone Skin, and then Greater Polymorph, which just means that it's getting tougher and tougher for Equinox to engage on this composition at all, and they absolutely need him to. It's Illidan. That is the damage dealer here, really.
Brightwing teleporting to King Calf have successfully stalled this tribute out long enough that they were able to get themselves a boss and have Zeratul and Jaina both fully back. That is just great play coming out from C9. Oh my gosh, the damage is so insane when you get Thunderstrike. One Thunderclap and Colin Luck lost like a 6 of his HP. That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's impressive, and especially he's got battle momentum, so it's going to be up more often. Another tribute going to Cloud9. Murlocs have a little bit of buffer time where they can give those up, but unfortunately, Fury is getting collapsed on hard already, and Unstoppable goes out, using the Blessed Shield to try as long as possible to deny this, but it won't be denied. Johanna gets taken out. The rest of the team in bottom just trying to deal with the boss. Another boss most likely going to get picked up. Is Cloud9 going to go there right away? Equinox just trying to pick up 16 where he can. He actually stole the bruisers here in mid. He's going after iDream and potentially this keep on top, but even with the Abathur hat, this is a tough play to have to make.
Yep, Brightwing teleporting in. There's the Wailing Arrow that goes out, does silence him, but it was a little bit too late as he did get the dash away. Haunting Wave using to reposition himself. Equinox gets polymorphed, and that is going to be a dead Equinox.
Yeah, that was a really cool play. Even the Haunting Wave, aggressive forward now. Once again, Cawthon is going to be caught out here very, very low. Will the Stormbolt go out? No. There is the Abathur hat just barely keeping him alive for now, but a Void Prison comes in. Look, the Dwarf Toss mid-jump as well. They're going to try desperately to keep him alive, but even Johanna won't be able to do so. Another takedown. 17 kills to 2 for Cloud9.
Cloud9 is just showing you why they're the best in North America right now, hands down. They won Vegas Regionals. They won the Kings of the Storm before that. They won Town Hall Heroes Invitational. They are on fire right now, and they're showing you why. They are ruthless, constantly punishing people. You wouldn't even have normally thought Cawthon Luck was that far out of position, yet Cloud9 is able to capitalize on that so hard and punish them brutally. And they have the chase going on. We have Blessed Shield going out. Water Elemental used. King Caffeine taking some damage. Shrink Ray was used. They're trying to blow up a Muradin, which doesn't seem to be working too much. A big Blizzard coming out from K1 Pro. Now they're finally going on the Dunk Train in the backline. Equinox taking a decent amount of damage, and now they're swapping to K1 Pro. Metamorphosis goes out. There's a big march to Black King. Beautiful reposition there from K1 Pro to avoid most of that damage, though. But now Murloc seems to be cleaning up shop. Muradin's down. Jaina's down. They're going to go try and get one more kill onto Fan or iDream. Matt Timmy's so low in health and mana, but they're going for it. The Wailing Arrow comes out, and that is going to completely turn around this fight. 3 people go down, and that is going to be a full wipe for the 2 members of C9.
Holy cow, that Wailing Arrow could not have been more perfect. Moving in, baiting it back to throw that out and get the takedown when they were even behind too. And that decision making, you mentioned it before, this is why Cloud9 are America's champions. The decision making they have there, the Cloud9 style, getting ahead and just staying ahead, forcing you to play on their terms, a place you never want to be at. Now they have their Storm talents, they've taken down the first keep of the game. They're up once again 2 tributes to 1 and can easily get a curse with the next one.
Yeah, they definitely want to do that. Taking a look at the boss timers, but you don't have any up anytime soon. 90 seconds on the bottom left one. The curse will be more than done by then. Triple rewind taken, as well as both of the storm, as the storm talents were done for Cloud9 here. I mean, that's double polymorph. That's
Yep.
double the Zeratul aggression. That's double the storm talents. Faye wanting to fight. The Slapather wanting to get in there, but I don't know if Faye. I mean, she's good. She's really good at this game, but is she that good to win as a Slapather?
She clearly believes that maybe she can. Curse coming out for Cloud9, and this situation looks very dire. One keep down, having a keep down on any map is tough, but especially on Curse Hollow when you want to be out there fighting for the tributes. Already, Cawthon force out the Wraith Walk, and he Wraith Walks right into 2 more members of Cloud9. And Cawthon once again down the Leorki style coming back into play here, and Cloud9 are looking at another keep.
Yeah, and this could actually be more than a keep. You have Leork down for a bit longer. Yes, he's trying to res himself quicker, but this is a huge window of opportunity. They know Illidan's mid, they know Joanna's top, they're backing right now. What more can C9 get out of this? They're up 2 levels right now. They still have the Storm Talent advantage. It looks like they're just going to play this safe and potentially go for a 3rd keep.
Yeah, the lane's not really pushed for them, but of course nothing's attacking, so that's completely fine. Leoric will be up soon, but it's still a very scary place to engage on, and the keep was already very low. Murlocs did not have their storm talents. They still don't. They don't really have any place to try to even soak there, as we don't really have a lot of minions into the base yet, though they will soon, because the catapult's going to be pushing in every single lane.
They do get that triple keep. They're going to have to end up backing out of this, though. It's too risky. You know, this is like when you're at this far point in the game, level 21, and you know, if you were to go for something greedy, like try and end the game or something, and you do throw, like just say something bad happens, a full man wipe, that's like 60-second death timers right now. And they do not want to risk that, even though it looks like they can basically have checkmate. They're playing it safe, and that's smart. Fan scouts out there coming in. Here comes Cawthon Luck walking straight in, gets polymorph, and this is going to be so much damage. Will the second polymorph be there? Wraithwalk has been used. They're going to try and re-engage. His Blessed Shield does go out. The Silence connects. A big VP in the backline. 2 people inside of it. Equinox is outside, inside the Divine Shield, trying to get as much damage on the K1 Pro as possible. There's a big metamorphosis here. Dunk Train is taking a lot of damage. He does go down. K1 Pro bolts over the wall. Cawthon Luck is still alive here. This is what Murloc needs. Can they get back in this?
That's absolutely what they need. Equinox was on the chase for Fury. They've only gotten 1 takedown so far. Fury is so incredibly low, though, and Equinox did not pick up the takedown on Fan either. Leoric has gone down. Equinox maybe just trying to get away at this point. He's way far away from his team and separated out by a lot of members of Cloud9 as they take out Uther as well. He does have level 20. He can come back into this. Has Indestructible popped there? It will pop just now. They're trying desperately just to get the takedown on iDream. He will at least be able to do that, but Johanna falls for it.
The court boss is going to push into it. It's at 92% right now. There's only Illidan up to defend, and he's across the map, going for the core of C9, trying to pull off an X-Spec, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah, Illidan's going to fall. Core's at 40%. Boss still at half HP. Guys, we have our champion of the HTC Heroes Brawl. Congratulations to Cloud9, because they have taken the tournament with a 3-0 win in the Grand Finals.
Man, so commanding all the way through these finals has been Cloud9. And even just in today, we saw some really cool stuff. Their chain stuns have been absolutely impeccable. But then just their control, too, and playing to play against their opponents and their opponents' compositions. That the Brightwing, the Muradin, Sylvanas was just brutal for the composition of Murloc Geniuses to try to deal with. Equinox was not able to be, you know, the aggressive, super aggressive cleanup crew, or cleanup crew of 1, I guess, that Illidan tends to be. It just wasn't there because of the perfect polymorphs and reverberation, everything that Cloud9 could throw out.
Yeah, it's just C9 played perfectly that game. Like, they played so very well. K1 Pro got caught a lot in the early game, I think, but maybe that was the game before. I don't remember. C9 played very well, though. They showed you why they're the Vegas champions. They show why they deserve to win. They just looked so disgustingly good there. Murloc didn't have, Murloc almost never had a foothold in this series. It was so well played from C9.
Yeah, that's kind of the C9 way, to just take the lead early to mid-ish and then just never let up with it. And It's scary. But congratulations to both teams for making it to the finals. Congratulations to C9 for their victory. With that, they secured a $2,500 prize plus a Jinx bundle. And Murloc's got $1,500 for second place and their Jinx bundle. All the teams, of course, got Jinx bundles for participating. And big shout outs and thank you to our sponsors, HTC and Jinx. You can find them at HTC Esports and at Jinx, as well as our partners, Cloud9 and Heroes Hype. That's Cloud9GG and at Heroes Hype for putting this on. It's been a fantastic time getting to cast all of these games for you. We've seen some crazy, crazy strategies, Zoya.
Yeah, it's been a really, really fun day. I'm really glad I got to cast them because we saw the meta shift multiple times. We saw a lot of different wild and crazy strats. It was a blast.
It absolutely was. It was a great time to cast with you. Where can people find your social media and follow you, Zoya?
You can follow me on Twitter at TempoZoya, and you can follow my stream at Zoya TV. Thanks for casting me, Gilly. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. Hearts to you. Hearts to everyone for watching, too. If you guys want to follow me, you can at GillyweedSC2 on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And that's it. The next one, I think, should be BlizzCon. The next big tournament for Heroes. So thank you so much once again to HTC, Jinx, Heroes Hype, and Cloud9 for staving off our hunger for Heroes games. It's been a blast. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.